Imagine waking up one morning feeling normal, only to find your blood pressure creeping dangerously high without a warning sign. What if I told you that 5 common mistakes you make every morning, mistakes most seniors don't even think about, could be silently pushing your blood pressure into a dangerous zone? Recent studies show that seniors with exaggerated morning blood pressure surges face a significantly increased risk of stroke, heart attacks, and cognitive decline. Welcome to 60 Plus, where we turn awareness into action to protect your heart, brain, and independence. If you've ever had a blood pressure reading higher than expected right after waking, or you felt dizzy or shaky in the morning, you're not alone. Many seniors are unknowingly making harmless decisions that trigger dangerous spikes in their morning blood pressure. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 surprisingly simple but serious morning mistakes, each one backed by real science, that can destabilize your blood pressure and harm your heart over time. We'll also give you easy corrections for each mistake, so you can start your day calmly, safely, and in control. By the end of this video, you'll know why your body's internal clock influences morning blood pressure, how certain medications or routines can backfire if done at the wrong time, and how to replace risky habits with small, safe practices that protect your heart every day. Before we begin, a quick question to help build our 60 Plus community. Speech balloon, have you ever felt dizzy or your heart race after getting up? Type yes or no in the comments. It might help others feel seen and supported. Ready to take charge of your mornings and your health? Let's begin with the most common and perhaps most dangerous mistake many seniors make every morning: rushing out of bed too quickly. It seems innocent, right? You wake up, sit up fast, stand, and start moving right away. But what happens inside your body during those few seconds can quietly spike your blood pressure and increase your risk of dizziness, falls, or even a stroke. This is due to a condition known as orthostatic hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure when you go from lying down to standing up. For younger people, the body adjusts quickly. But for seniors, especially those over 60, the response is often delayed. That delay can cause a sharp, temporary drop in blood flow to the brain. The body tries to compensate, and in doing so, often overcorrects, leading to a rebound surge in blood pressure just minutes after standing. That spike is dangerous, especially if it happens every single morning. Studies published in the Journal of the American Heart Association have shown that morning blood pressure surges are linked to a 45% higher risk of stroke in adults over 60. And those who also have other conditions like diabetes, atrial fibrillation, or kidney disease face even greater danger. Now here's the tricky part. You might not even feel it. Some people don't notice any symptoms at all until they start feeling lightheaded, confused, or suddenly fall. But there's good news. This is one of the easiest mistakes to fix. Try this gentle wake-up routine. Open your eyes slowly. Stay lying down for a minute. Take a few deep breaths. Stretch your arms above your head and gently rotate your ankles or knees. Turn to your side. Sit up slowly and rest your feet on the floor. Pause for 30 seconds before standing. This gives your blood vessels time to adjust and your circulation time to normalize. It's a tiny act, but one that could help prevent a serious fall, or worse, a stroke. Many seniors say this simple change made a world of difference. One woman I met in her early 70s said she used to feel dizzy every morning until she started sitting at the edge of the bed for just 1 minute. Now, she feels steadier, calmer, and more in control. Let's talk about a very common ritual in millions of households: waking up and heading straight to the kitchen for coffee or tea. Now, don't worry, I'm not here to take away your morning cup. But what many seniors don't realize is that starting the day with caffeine alone, without first hydrating, can lead to a spike in blood pressure. Here's why. Overnight, your body becomes mildly dehydrated. You haven't had water for 6 to 8 hours. Your blood volume naturally lowers, your heart rate slows, and your circulatory system is in a gentle resting state. So when you suddenly introduce a diuretic like caffeine, without balancing it with water first, you lose even more fluid. The result? Your blood becomes more concentrated, your blood vessels constrict, and your heart has to work harder to push that thicker blood through. This is a recipe for a blood pressure spike, especially in older adults. And remember, caffeine can also temporarily stimulate your adrenal system, triggering a short-term rise in cortisol, your body's stress hormone. Combined with dehydration, This can elevate systolic blood pressure by 10 to 15 points in the first hour of the day. Now here's the tricky part. Many people think they're being healthy because they drink green tea, or skip sugar, or use low-fat milk. But even healthy teas like black or oolong can still act as diuretics. And skipping breakfast while sipping coffee only makes the pressure issue worse. What's the fix? It's beautifully simple. As soon as you wake up, before any coffee or tea, drink 8 to 12 ounces of room temperature water. Not cold, not sparkling, just plain, still water, ideally with a slice of lemon or a pinch of Himalayan salt to restore trace minerals. This one habit helps. Rehydrate your bloodstream, support your kidneys and circulation, and give your body a foundation before caffeine hits your system. If you still want your tea or coffee after that, go for it. Just don't make it the first thing your body receives. A retired gentleman once told me that switching this one habit, adding a glass of water before his morning espresso, helped stabilize his blood pressure and reduced his daily lightheaded spells dramatically. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for the mug, reach for your water. Your heart will thank you for it. Let's talk about something we've all been told is the most important meal of the day, breakfast. But for many seniors, what you eat for breakfast can either help stabilize your blood pressure or quietly send it soaring before the day even begins. One of the most common mistakes? Starting the day with high-carb, low-protein foods. Think toast and jam, cereal with milk, a banana with tea, or even fruit juice with biscuits. These meals may feel light, easy, and comforting, but they're mostly made of simple carbohydrates. The problem is, simple carbs get digested quickly, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar. And when your blood sugar spikes, insulin kicks in hard, which often triggers a secondary rise in blood pressure, especially in older adults whose insulin sensitivity may already be declining. Even more concerning, according to a 2019 study published in Hypertension Research, seniors who regularly consumed carb-heavy breakfasts without enough protein had 15% to 20% higher average systolic readings in the morning than those who had balanced meals. Why? Because protein and healthy fats slow digestion, regulate energy release, and help maintain stable blood pressure. Without them, your blood vessels are left to handle sugar fluctuations, and that strains your cardiovascular system. Common culprits: flavored instant oatmeal with sugar, white bread, toast with jam, packaged cereal, fruit-only smoothies, breakfast bars and biscuits. These choices lead to a quick boost of energy, followed by a crash, irritability, and often elevated pressure by late morning. A better breakfast formula. Think in 3 parts: protein, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, nut butter; healthy fat, avocado, nuts, seeds, olive oil; complex carbs, oats, whole grain toast, berries. Here's a quick example: a slice of whole grain toast, topped with avocado and a poached egg, a cup of green tea, and a few almonds on the side. Not only will this keep your blood pressure more stable, it will also help you feel full longer, reduce midday cravings, and support muscle and brain health. One woman in our 60-plus community shared that after switching from cereal to eggs with spinach and toast, her morning pressure readings dropped by nearly 10 points, and her energy stayed more balanced all day. So the next time you plan your breakfast, think balance. Your plate doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to protect you, not just fill you. Now let's move to a morning mistake that may surprise you with how common and risky it really is. Improper medication timing. Every day, millions of seniors take medication for high blood pressure. But many don't realize that how and when you take those pills, especially in the morning, can change how well they work or even how they affect your safety. Let's start with the most obvious: skipping your morning dose. It happens more often than people admit. Maybe you feel fine that day. Maybe you forgot to refill. Or maybe you think just missing one won't matter. But here's the truth. Blood pressure medications are designed to build a steady level in your bloodstream. Missing just one dose can cause your pressure to spike unexpectedly, especially in the morning when your body naturally releases cortisol and adrenaline to wake you up. That's why strokes and heart attacks are more likely to happen before noon. But even if you take your medication, what you take it with can also matter. For example, did you know that calcium-rich foods like milk, yogurt, or calcium supplements can interfere with the absorption of certain blood pressure medications, especially calcium channel blockers? Or that grapefruit juice, a popular healthy choice for breakfast, can dangerously amplify the effects of medications like amlodipine or felodipine, causing your blood pressure to drop too low. According to research published in the British Journal of Clinical Pharmacology, patients over 60 who took their morning BP pills with grapefruit juice experienced twice the drop in blood pressure compared to those who took them with water, putting them at risk of dizziness, fainting, or falls. So what should you do? Here's a smart, simple routine. Always take your blood pressure medication at the same time each morning, preferably before breakfast. Use a pill organizer or phone reminder to stay consistent. Take your pills with plain water, not tea, juice, or dairy. If you're on multiple medications, ask your doctor or pharmacist whether any need to be spaced out or taken with food. One senior in our community, George, used to take his medication right after breakfast with tea and yogurt. He kept feeling dizzy by mid-morning and didn't understand why, until his doctor reviewed his routine and made one small adjustment: water only and 30 minutes before food. His numbers improved within a week. Medication can be a powerful tool, but only if we use it wisely. So tomorrow morning, pause. Check the label. Take your dose with care. Your heart depends on that consistency. The fifth and final morning mistake may not come from your plate, your posture, or your medication. It comes from your mind and how you speak to yourself in the very first moments of the day. Let's be honest. How do most of us start the morning? We wake up, think about the aches in our body, check our phone and scroll through negative news. Or we replay everything that's going wrong in life. The bills, the loneliness, the health worries, the what-ifs. And before we've even had breakfast, our brain is swimming in stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, tension, and our blood pressure is rising before we even get out of bed. What many seniors don't realize is that emotional stress, even low-grade anxiety or worry, can have a direct, measurable impact on your cardiovascular system, especially in the morning. Why the morning? Because your body is already in a slightly alert, adrenal state after sleep. That's why it's often called the cortisol awakening response. Now, if your mind immediately adds worry to that already heightened state, your blood vessels constrict even more, your heart rate quickens, and your pressure can spike by 10 to 20 points before you've even stepped out of the bedroom. In fact, a 2022 study from the American Journal of Hypertension found that seniors who experienced high morning stress, even just through negative self-talk, had significantly more afternoon BP instability and increased risk of cardiovascular events compared to those who practiced calm, mindful routines. Here's the fix: a 2-minute morning reset. Before you do anything else, take a moment to check in with yourself. Not your phone, not the news, just you. Sit on the edge of your bed and breathe deeply. Slow in through the nose for 4 seconds, out through the mouth for 6. Do this 3 times. Then repeat a gentle morning affirmation. Today I will move slowly, breathe deeply, and protect my heart. You might feel silly at first, but you'd be amazed at what it does to your nervous system. Your muscles unclench, your chest softens, your thoughts settle, and your blood pressure begins to follow your lead. One woman from our 60-plus audience, Linda, shared that she added just 2 minutes of deep breathing and quiet journaling to her mornings, and within a month, her systolic pressure dropped by nearly 12 points. Your heart doesn't just respond to salt or sugar, it responds to your emotions. So before the outside world rushes in, give your inner world a moment of peace. Because every calm beginning sets the tone for a steadier, safer day. Take a deep breath with me for a moment. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Gently, slowly, with intention. Because today, you've done something powerful, something that too many people overlook. You paused long enough to understand how your mornings are shaping your future health. And that's no small thing. You see, blood pressure doesn't just spike because of one bad food or a missed walk. It often climbs, quietly and gradually, through little daily choices, the kind we don't think twice about. Especially in the morning, when your body is most vulnerable and your heart is just beginning its work for the day. Let's gently walk back through what we've uncovered today. Mistake number 1, rushing out of bed too quickly. You learned that jumping out of bed in one sudden motion can cause dangerous drops in blood flow, followed by sudden spikes as your body struggles to compensate. Instead, you now know to lie still for a minute. Take a few deep breaths. Sit up slowly. Pause before standing. This tiny routine, just 60 seconds, can reduce your risk of dizziness, falls, and sudden morning blood pressure surges. Mistake number 2. Starting the day with only tea or coffee. Caffeine on an empty, dehydrated stomach may feel like a morning ritual, but it can quietly push your pressure up through dehydration and adrenal stimulation. The fix? Begin your day with 8 to 12 ounces of room temperature water. Add lemon or a pinch of mineral salt if you like. Then enjoy your tea or coffee on a hydrated foundation. It's not about giving up your comforts. It's about giving your body what it needs first. Mistake number 3. Eating a carb-heavy, low-protein breakfast. We broke down how cereal, toast, fruit juice, and biscuits, though common, can spike blood sugar and drive up blood pressure if eaten alone. What's better? Pairing protein, like eggs or yogurt, with healthy fats and complex carbs. Adding fiber to your plate. Choosing balance over convenience. A stable breakfast leads to stable blood pressure and better energy for the day ahead. Mistake number 4. Skipping meds or taking them with the wrong foods. This one surprised a lot of people. Whether it's forgetting your dose, taking meds with grapefruit juice, or washing them down with milk. These simple missteps can change how well your medication works or how safely it works. Your new approach? Take your BP meds with plain water. Do it at the same time each day. Avoid calcium or juice within 30 minutes unless your doctor says otherwise. That consistency supports your heart more than you realize. Mistake number 5. Letting morning stress run the show. This was the most emotional one. We talked about how waking up and feeding the mind with fear, stress, or negativity can raise cortisol, trigger adrenaline, and push blood pressure higher before your feet even touch the floor. And yet, the solution is so gentle. 2 minutes of deep breathing, a calming affirmation, a pause for gratitude, stillness, or silence. Because your heart listens to your mood, and every peaceful breath gives it space to relax. So what now? If you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, that's okay. You don't have to change everything overnight. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Start with just one of the 5 habits. Maybe tomorrow you drink water before your coffee. Or maybe you sit still for a minute before getting out of bed. Or maybe you breathe deeply and say something kind to yourself before the world rushes in. Each small shift is a signal to your body that you're protecting it. Each change is a quiet act of care and strength. One woman from our community, Margaret, told us she used to wake up overwhelmed every day. She started with just a breathing practice. Then she changed her breakfast. Now, her blood pressure is more stable, and more importantly, she feels more in control. That's what we want for you. Not fear, not guilt, not a list of don'ts. Just awareness, empowerment, and support every single morning. Now it's your turn. Let's keep this community growing stronger. In the comments, tell us, which of these 5 habits will you try tomorrow morning? Type #fix1 or #fix3, or even just starting with water. Your small comment might inspire someone else to take their first step. If this video made you feel more informed, more hopeful, or more in control, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to 60 Plus, share this with a friend, sibling, or parent who might benefit from these simple morning shifts. Remember, your mornings set the tone for your entire day, and your habits shape your future more than your age ever will. You deserve calm, you deserve clarity, and you deserve a heart that feels cared for by you. Until next time, take care of that amazing body of yours, one morning at a time, with kindness, with intention, and always with hope.